Hey, it's me. It's Ark. It's going to be the last time that we hear that, at least for a while. I think this episode of Skeleton Knight was the perfect ending and the perfect setup for what's to come. And I really hope that based on the studio that produced this anime, I really hope that they already have an inclination that they're going to get a second season. So this was produced by Studio Kai, and I'm hoping that based on the ending that they set up for us for Skeleton Knight, I'm hoping that they already have, like I said, a hint that they are being greenlit for a season 2. Now, whether that season 2 comes immediately, whether it comes a year from now or a year and a half from now, typically, if they are greenlit already or greenlit for a season 2, typically it'll come within about 18 months of the season ending. That's typically what you see, right? Like, even with huge anime, like huge budgeted anime like My Hero Academia, that wrapped up like, last summer sometime, and then we're going to be getting it in fall. So it's about, 12 to 18 months, even with huge anime with huge budget. So for an anime that's smaller, probably less costly to produce, you would assume somewhere between 12 months, about a year or so for us to get another season of Skeleton Knight. And I'm going to assume and I'm going to move forward with that assumption and presumption that we are getting that. If we don't, I think this ending kind of sucks a little bit because it's really... This episode really served, and not really the whole episode itself, but the ending, especially when they're talking, when Ark is revealing himself to Chiyomi, when Aryan is talking about what she's going to do next, when Ark is talking about visiting the ninja village with Chiyomi, when we're getting set up from the kingdom and we're talking about the princess still being alive, the princess talking about that she still has very important things to do, that she was left on this earth to accomplish certain things. It's all very good and very well coordinated and very well thought out foreshadowing for what's to come. Now, like I said, it just depends on when it comes, but it's all very carefully crafted to foreshadow what could come for Skeleton Knight. So I'm gonna assume that we're gonna get one. Just it's not really a matter of if; it's just kind of a matter of when, unless something goes awry. Now, let's just talk about the episode holistically. So, I was going back and forth whether do I talk about the episode or do I talk about the season? And I want to spend just a little bit of time talking about the episode because I don't think this episode was really that special. It was the most expected ending. But unlike a lot of other anime, because the whole season was so satisfying, I am satisfied and completely okay with what we got, right? So we get Ark taking on the Hydra, defeating the Hydra. Aryan taking on Pumbaa, Tumba, the Chumba. But we get Aryan taking on Pumbaa, defeating, killing him. That message getting back to red hair empire rules everything guy. Him being, yeah, whatever. That guy was a tool anyways for a means to the end. We got knowledge out of it. His attendant going, ho, ho, ho. All cool stuff. You know what I mean? So this episode did all the things it was supposed to do. Then we get all the heavy foreshadowing with what's to come. I feel completely satisfied, even though I was expecting almost all of that outside of the foreshadowing, because I didn't know if they were just going to end or have like something that could be interpreted as an end, or if they were going to do what they did. Again, typically it goes one of the two ways. It goes like if they're unsure they're going to get season 2, they kind of give you an ending, even if it's unsatisfying. They just kind of give you like an ending. And if there is heavy foreshadowing, then it typically means that there's something to come. Now, again, like I said, because I expected this, I still feel satisfied by it. And my satisfaction really comes from being satisfied by the whole season. Like, the whole season wasn't building up to this moment. Like, I feel like a lot of anime during the springtime did, is they kind of like, they were building up to the last episode or last 2 episodes of the season, and some delivered and some didn't deliver at all. But because the whole entire season was just an enjoyable ride with Ark and adventure, each episode was a continuation of the grander story, but each episode in itself was all enjoyable. There wasn't one miss this season. I think that this last episode accomplished exactly what I wanted. I was like, okay, I want to see him take on the Hydra. Check. I want to see this Fumba guy die. He deserves to die. Check. I want to see Aryan have a moment of power. Check. I love Chiyomi. Get to see her more. Check. I wonder if Ark's ever going to show Chiyomi his skeleton side. He does it out of nowhere. Even freaking surprises me. Check, check. So I feel completely satisfied by this, and there's not really more details or more like insightfulness that I really want to go into. It's just like, I think that Skeleton Knight was definitely a ride the whole entire season. I think Ark was such a unique character, such a very unique and happy-go-lucky and very powerful character. And I love his surrounding supporting characters. I love Chiyomi. I love Aryan. Aryan's the best. She's best girl. I love her so much. I think that they're a perfect match. I love Aryan's jealousy. I love drunk Aryan. Oh my god, my heart. Drunk Aryan's the best. I love his relationship with the big ninja guy. I love knowing that there is a bigger story happening with the Empire, with the kingdom, with politicalness. I love that he saved the princess. She's going to come back into the mix in a season 2. And eventually she will gaze upon him and she'll be like, that's my savior. That's the person who gave me a second chance in life because she caught a glimpse of him. Then that's going to mean Aryan gets jealous later as the princess tries to woo him. I love that we're going to get him finally going to the fountain, taking on a dragon, potentially curing himself of a disease he didn't even know that he had or a curse that he had. Maybe him gain an actual body in a season 2 or the end of season 2 or something like that. Like all of it, the future of this is unlimited. And I love it. And of course, it's based on source material. So I don't know what happens or what doesn't happen. But the fact that, like, I feel like they could take liberties and this could be an awesome story. I just feel like this was such a great ride. And I was fortunate enough to share that ride with you, to the community. And thank you guys for being with me all season long. Now, a question you might be having is, what are we going to be covering in the summer? That's a great question. Make sure it comes up on screen right now. I'm going to put it up over here. Check out the top 10 anime I'm going to be covering on the channel this season. And of course, as always, guys, thank you guys for being with me all season long for the first season of Skeleton Knight. It was a ride. I appreciate you. You have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month. And we'll see you in the summertime. Peace.